There's not really a need for an introduction, is there? You know where I am. It's the day after, the day after, the day after again down here at the lake. I have a feeling the water's gone up just a little bit, but hopefully that won't hinder me too badly. It's a bit calmer today, wind-wise, at least around this corner. A couple of pieces worth showing right off of the bat. A really nice kind of leaf-shaped blade. Nice material, translucent flint again. Just a good shape, I thought. And then this cute little core. They're not the prettiest removals, it's just quite a nice little striking platform up there with work all the way around it. Secondary little bit of flaking there for some reason. A little core. That one's probably Ertabolla or early Neolithic for transverse arrowhead production. I actually went down a bit of a rabbit hole last night talking to Will Attard, who's a British English archaeologist who works at a museum in Scotland now. And he said that he's been kind of looking into the dates of... Oh, I thought it was a transverse because this edge is actually retouched. That is bizarre. I really thought I was going to be talking about transverse and then pull out a transverse. That's totally retouched on that edge there, but then it goes down to nothing here. That's so odd. I found a few of those, like proximally backed weird flakes. Anyway, yeah, transverse arrowheads. That a lot of them, especially in the UK, are oh, that's schiffer, not a blade. That they are basically Neolithic and not Mesolithic chisel arrowheads. There's obviously the nicely worked British transverse, the larger types that are flaked all along the edges and maybe at the business end as well. But yeah, so there's also a paper. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name, but he runs a publishing company that published my Mentor's book. I'll put his name in the corner, but he wrote a paper as well on kind of arguing the dates of transverse from the late Mesolithic, Neolithic or so. So yeah, I'm going to start saying basically Ertabolla to early Neolithic whenever I find a transverse arrowhead now, because I think that's probably the case for a lot of them, honestly. Especially the kind of strange, simple, non-station road types I find down here. That blade looks lovely down there. What a beautiful bit of blade work. It's just a section, but a beautiful, translucent section of prismatic blade. Lovely stuff. Right, I'm itching to get over to the EBA spot. But you know, this is where I found that hollow based in my last video, so I need to look around here as well now. A couple of pieces worth a look here, I thought. I found this end scraper. You can see the work on this distal end here. A bit over that way. I know where it came from though. They didn't pick the best blade to do it on. I guess, you know, functionally it worked well. Yeah, so that one. Then there's another one in my pocket here, 1 second. This one here. It's a lovely little Conga I would guess, blade lock. That's not, you know, random core edge prep that's popped off in a blade. That was, you know, aimed for that facet down the centre. I guess this would be from one of those really short-faced cores. That's about 14mm in length. Yeah, fun to see. But look at this for a broad blade down here. The edge looks a bit sort of wonky. Oof. That is nice though, isn't it? There's lots of damage on the side. I wonder how things get damaged out here in the mud. Beautiful patina, like a galaxy. Yeah, that's lovely stuff. Just found a nice little bladelet down here. Just a section, but then this thing over here caught my eye. Looks quite long. Could just be a blade. But it's a nice one if it is just a blade. Yeah, I've not seen that one before. I mean, it's not the straightest, it's more core prep work again, I guess. You know, I suppose they were aiming to remove this lump down at the distal. But still a beautiful find. Yeah, very cool, very cool. I was hoping it was a pitted wear arrow though. No, let's go check over the other side of the river. Like I said, it's been a couple of days since I've been over there. 3, maybe. So, yeah, you never know. You never know. So, recently, I've only been able to check this kind of gravel here, going this way. And a little bit out, maybe there in the middle of the screen. But now I can walk on all of this stuff down here. You can see where it's a bit darker. That's where it's almost down to the forest bed. And there's tons of flakes. Including this one. It's a nice bladelet core. These are rare down here, so that's really fun to see. Some nice bladelet negatives around it. Handled core, Conga core. Big flake struck off the end. But yeah, no, some just lovely bladelet negatives. They're always fun to see. Oh, that's cool. Right, I'm going to get back out there. There looks to be an absolutely stunning brownish orangey blade down here. I can reach this one with my hand. This looks incredibly nice. Oh yes, that's a beautiful blade. I half expected it to be a bit thinner than this, honestly, but it's still a beautiful blade. There's another orange thing down to my right here that looks almost flake axe shape, but I'm not sure it's flint, really. Yeah, worth a reveal, that one. Worth an extraction. I'm going to keep finds that I show you to an absolute minimum, but I have to show you this lovely bladelet. Or blade, small blade I'll call it. Really nice patina. These kind of white edges where it's leached in on the thin parts, like along the arises. Really highlighting the arises almost. Contemporary break at the distal, proximal up here. So yeah, this one, and then this strange piece. I think it must be a tooth. It is a bit bizarre. I mean, it must be a tooth, right? But if it is a tooth, does anyone know what it's from? I'll ask my friend Yulwil, who knows all about this stuff. The legend Yulwil that works at Malmö Museum. I'll put it in the corner, whatever he says. But yeah, I thought that was a kind of interesting one. It's really old, very dark coloured. Yeah. Well, I've made it down to the main river hotspot here, and it looks to be a night for blades. Do you see the blade? I'm sure you see it now. This could be an absolute beauty. I guess this is the best blade I've seen come out of here this year. I hope it's complete. It's a bit wider than I thought it would be. And chunkier. Oh, it's retouched. It's retouched at the proximal. Could just be a knife or something. What on earth is this? It's definitely retouched up there. Ooh. Tons of work on it. And yet they've picked this blade of all blades. It's such a funky blade on this on this side. And yet they've worked it into a tool. That is bizarre. I guess it's some kind of knife. There's a bit of use wear maybe there, just next to my thumb. That's retouched here as well, to remove a a pokey outy bit of sorts, I guess. What an odd piece. A tool though, a proper tool. Cool to see it. Saturday morning down here at the lake. It's really peaceful this morning. First find of the day. It might be a bit difficult out here today. Look at the water conditions, they are not great. I'm really far down the beach today onto this white clay layer. And there's like the forest bed there. So here the forest bed has been washed away from the clay, the natural. Found this big flake. I think it's retouched around here for some kind of scraper or cutter. Yeah, I thought I'd show you because I haven't found anything else. Except this weaponized lead. It's a musket ball, would you believe it? It could be a pistol ball, I guess. Or I think probably just a smaller hunting caliber from like a trade gun, you know? Like not a military musket ball, it's a bit small for that. I suppose it could be a large pistol ball. It's like 12 mil, maybe 13 mil. Cool find though. Bit of history, probably 18th century, mid 18th century musket ball. I'm just on quite a large area of this white clay here, and some bladelets started to pop out. Nice selection of Mesolithic little bladelets there. I think the best one's this this darkest blue one. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's a lovely little bladelet, that one. That would have made a nice microlith. Oh, the wind has picked up down here, but I just found this. I thought it was another musket ball, but it's actually a beautiful glass bead. I'm not too sure on the age of this, but you know, I would say it's older than the 70s or the 50s. I could be wrong though. It's lovely glass. I'll turn into the wind so you can have a look through it. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like that. Taya can have that. You can really see that white line in the water. That's the cloudy stuff, the milky stuff. It's a bit frustrating because I can't go out far because it's just so milky out there. I love the material on this blade. Beautiful patina. I do love this dark flint around here. You only find this here really when the water gets really low. You do not find this around here otherwise. Contemporary break up there. But I got my phone out. This was just down here somewhere. I got my phone out for this. This is surely a transverse down here. It really has the appearance of one. Flared edges. I can already see that the edge is kind of jaggedy from where it's potentially retouched. Yes, good. A transverse. God, that was a slog to find something good today. That's a lovely little one. Ertubulla culture, early Neolithic. Late Mesolithic, early Neolithic. Somewhere in the Stone Age. Little cross arrow. Really nicely made. I'll try and give it a clean in that retouch there and show you again. I'm right on the spot where I found the hollow based as well, so that's kind of funny. And here is that transverse dried. It'll be hard to see the retouch, I guess. I have to say my new phone isn't the greatest for capturing retouch. It's almost like the exposure is just too high. I'll try and turn it into the light and the wind. That's a bit better. Made on a really thin flake, this one. I mean, it's very small. I've found smaller, but no, a beautiful little arrowhead. No fun. I'll put this back and then head over the other side of the river. Found a couple of nice blades. This one first. Just a nice blade, really nice patina. Yeah, a blade. But the other one is incredibly nice. Look at this. Woo! What a blade. I mean, come on. They don't get much better than that. I don't think that's a bipolar scar at the end down there, bidirectional. No, that is really nice. Lovely to see that. Such skill involved to produce something so nice and straight like this. I would guess that's Conga Mossa. Yeah, lovely stuff. Now I am done out here because the waves are getting serious. So I can't hunt where I want to. But I'm thinking, I've got nothing better to do today. It's Saturday. I'm going to take a trip to the waterworks because the water's so low now. I haven't been out on the waterworks with the water list this low since I found that axe, my perfect thin butted. Okay, can I get down to the sand through this animal run today? The water is a lot lower since the last time I tried. Surely I can. Whoa. It's been drier here, but I think I can wade around. It's a lot calmer on this side of the lake, so that's good. Wait a minute. That's a little bit intriguing. This is surely not an axe, is it? No. Oh my gosh. Come on. There is chance of something nice though on the way to the Waterworks beach. So I'd rather walk along through the water here, scouting around, than just waste my time blasting down the path. Right, I've made it to the Waterworks beach. I found a few flakes on the way down here, just flakes. And I mean, I guess this is a flake as well, but look at this. I just peered over and saw this nice bluish, whitish blade. Well, it's not quite as straight as I thought it was. Distal down there at the bottom. Cool patina. It's like pink at the distal. Pinky orange. Huh. Wait a second. Oh, that's a section of polished axe. That's really coarse grind along here. Ah. I guess that's the side of it, and this is the top surface or the bottom, you know. Wow. Did not expect that. Blimey. All the way down here. Neolithic polished axe stuff. That would have been a beautiful axe, I guess, when it was complete. Maybe this is just mining afterwards, but it's very neat, this flaking down here. I do think that is probably the side of the axe. Ah, so many fragments. It's been a long, long time since I found a polished axe. Today might be the day though, you never know. Oh my gosh, that is strange. Last night I was talking with Taya about how I'd never found a cylindrical pitted ware core. I've never found one in all of my hunting. And this down here is surely one. Oh, get in. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful as well. Finally. Oh man, what a stunner. What an absolute stunner. Just a bit of bi-directional evidence on here. You can see they tried to remove this twice and couldn't get off this little lump here. That is absolutely amazing. Such a rarity, these. I've known of one, just one being found in all the time I've been hunting around here. That is such a good example as well. Oh, get in. I mean, I'm miles away from where the points come out of as well, really. Where this kind of tree stump is over there in the distance is where I find the pitted ware points. So what's the core doing all the way down here? Oh, that is absolutely superb. That has made my day. Really. It's just the core, but you know, this means a heck of a lot to me, this, because I've never seen a pitted ware core come out of the lake. Wowza, that's so cool to see that. There's lots of steps and hinges in it. That's probably why they gave up on it, honestly. But it tells such a cool story. You know, you can just imagine when this hinged and then this one did, or the other way around, and they were like, oh, for God's sake. Might have even been smashed around as a bit of a hammer on the end here eventually, probably out of frustration. Oh, I'll give this a clean. I'll mark where this came from, give it a clean, take some photos, and then put it back later, show you again dried and stuff. Wow, wow. Such a special find. It's just the core, but it's such a special find. And I was just talking about it last night as well, how I'd never found one. So weird. I mean, I haven't had that conversation for years. For years. Oh, incredible. I have to thank Taya for this as well. She told me that if I find something good out here today, that I need to thank her, because she was holding her thumbs for me. That's like good luck in Swedish law. I wonder if that's going to fit back on this core. Ah, yes. Cool as heck. A little blade extraction down here. Looks to be a really nice straight, nicely patinated blade. I think I've just spotted that the proximal end just is here, yeah. Never mind. Lovely colour. Beautiful colour. I'm just slowly but surely working my way down the beach here, and I looked up and I think this must be the best chance I've had for years to find a pitted ware point down here. There's so much gravel exposed. Here's a bit of very typically pitted ware, lazy core edge prep. They've taken this blade with this huge lip on the top. That's very typical of pitted ware napping. Interesting to see. Another blade here with, yeah, kind of lazy edge prep at the top there. I would guess that's pitted ware. And then this one down here that I spotted as well. Funky distal on this one, but it's a lovely, whoops, oi, oi, oi. It's a lovely thin flake. Yet another blade here. There is argument, I think, to be made that this one may have at one point been a denticulate. There's like a level of consistency to the edge scarring that gives it, you know, some potential, but at the same time, they do tumble here a lot on this beach. So it could just be lots of chatter. But anyway, I spotted this down here before, a while ago now. I've marked it with an arrow here. I thought this one had potential to be Neolithic transverse. And just after I spotted that one, I saw this blade, so I'll pick this first. It's just a blade. So let's see, is this a transverse arrow? I've been walking around willing it to be one. Oh, it's not. No, just a blade section, bugger. Never mind. Oh, gosh, I've been zigzagging up and down the gravel here. You can see the lines I've been dragging with my feet, so I know where I've been. Oh, it's forever since I've had my phone out, but I just spotted this absolutely stunning little bladelet down here. Look at this one. That is a real beauty of a bladelet. There is a time where I'd be losing my mind over this almost as much as I would a pitted ware. I mean, it is stunning, isn't it? So nice bladelet napping. Lovely facet down the dorsal. That is beautiful. Oh, right, I'm over the hotspot for the pitted ware points now. I've been kind of waiting to check the water until the end so I can go back sort of towards that way and drop off that core. But I just walked out here and I think I've spotted an absolutely massive bone here. Huge bone. My God. Wow. That is massive. That might be the biggest bone I've ever found in this lake. Complete as well. Good condition. Now I dare say this is as old as the flint down here. The bone has been carbon dated on the other side, I always say it, to 6,000 or 7,000 BC, some of it. Wow. Yeah, I'll let this dry and see if there's any cuts on it, but it's quite dirty. I don't want to scrub it off. That is impressive. Impressively large bone, that. Gosh, I've made it so far down the beach now. That little clump of reeds over there is the pitted ware hotspot, or the waterworks beach, I should say. That long bladelet's probably Maglemossa, by the way, at that length. Just thought I'd add that. But I was walking all the way down here and there was just enough flakes to kind of keep me interested, you know. And then I stumbled across this interesting thing. It is a piece of delaminated bone. Now, I'm pretty sure you can see all of those cut marks along there. I really think this is a piece of decorated bone. It's a shame it's not complete. You know, like this side of the break there. But that really strikes me as just a bit too consistent for it to not be decoration. And this is, you know, this is what the decoration they were doing looks like as well. Scratch marks. I'll find some examples. Yeah, that's really interesting, that. Shame it's delaminated and, you know, busted up a bit. It would have been nice to see how that looked as a complete piece of bone. Well, the rain started now as well, so I guess that's time for me to get out of here. I might get wet on the way out. That does not look great over there. But no, it's been a fun day, and of course, if anything shows up on the way out of here, then I'll show you. Oh, and I must show you that core as well. I'm on the big lumps of bone today, it seems. There's another huge, I don't know what, down here. Big animal again. I don't know what that is, but it was interesting, I thought. Oof, I'm getting tired now. Ready for a coffee and some food. Right, but here's my line. And here's this core in all its glory. It's patinated kind of white in some places, but otherwise it's like brown and grey. Yeah, struck in all different directions. It's so good, this. So rare, so much rarer than anything else I've ever found, honestly. Just incredible. So cool to see, and so typically pitted ware in this cylindrical style. A friend of mine was gifted, or inherited I should really say, the most amazing long cylindrical pitted ware core. I'll put a photo. It's an absolute beast of a core. But yeah, an amazing piece. I'm so happy with this. This really made my day. Just beautiful. I'll get some photos. No, what a day's flinting that has been. I left the house about 9 o'clock and it's about 3:30 now. So a good 6.5 hours walking around. Worth it though, worth the effort. Yeah, wow. Such a cool day. And as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.